Arrests are imminent after a federal grand jury in D.C. approved the first charges arising from special counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. The charges remain sealed, and the targets are not known, fueling speculation about the nature of the indictments, who will be taken into custody and where the probe now stands. Chelsea-style Daily News illustration: Mueller has been in charge of the investigation into Russian interference in the presidential election and possible collusion between the Trump campaign and the Kremlin since May. CNN first reported the indictment on Friday, citing sources briefed on the matter. If the special counsel finds it necessary and appropriate, the special counsel is authorized to prosecute federal crimes arising from the investigation of these matters, Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein said in a May 17 letter appointing Mueller. While the subjects of the first indictments are not yet clear, there are several top associates of President Trump who are being eyed as possible targets. NY Daily News illustration: Paul Manafort, the Republican lobbyist and Trump campaign manager, has reportedly been on the FBI's radar since at least 2014 for his consulting work in Ukraine and shady financial, real estate and possible money laundering dealings. Manafort's Virginia home was raided in July and people close to him have been issued subpoenas. Michael Zeldin, a lawyer who served as a special assistant to Mueller when he was director of the FBI, suggested an indictment could be used to flip Manafort. There is a lot of pressure on people who are under investigation to cooperate with Mueller after this indictment, Zeldin said. NY Daily News illustration: Gen. Michael Flynn, Trump's short-lived national security advisor, stepped down in February after less than a month on the job after he was caught lying about contacts with Russian officials. Flynn spoke on the phone with Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak after the Obama administration announced sanctions on Moscow, expelling diplomats and other measures over the election. The former Army general was also paid more than $500,000 in 2016 for lobbying that benefited the Turkish government and discredited U.S.-based Turkish cleric Fethullah Gulen. NY Daily News illustration: Carter Page, a Trump campaign advisor on national security. Page is named in the controversial dossier made up of unverified claims about Trump and his associates. Several memos in the dossier allege that Page met senior Russian officials as an emissary of the Trump campaign. He discussed quid pro quo deals relating to sanctions, business opportunities and Russia's interference in the election, according to the documents. Page was already on the FBI's radar after he was a witness in the 2013 federal prosecution of a Russian spy who tried to cultivate him as a source, according to reports. Roger Stone, a longtime friend and advisor to the president, unleashed a tirade on Twitter on Friday after news of the indictments became public. He sent a string of insults to CNN's Don Lemon, whom he called a sea-sucker and a dull-witted arrogant party boy. His Twitter account was suspended on Saturday. Stone has been questioned by Congress about his connections to WikiLeaks and its founder, Julian Assange. WikiLeaks published emails hacked from Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman, John Podesta, during the election. Jared Kushner: Mueller is reportedly looking at the president's son-in-law's finances and business dealings and is advocating for the firing of James Comey. Kushner also had private conversations with Sergei Kislyak, the Russian ambassador, whose meetings and conversations with the likes of Flynn and Attorney General Jeff Sessions have caused headaches for the Trump administration. The young real estate baron reportedly asked Kislyak about establishing back-channel communications between the White House and the Kremlin, and he met with Russian banker Sergei Gorkov in December. Donald Trump Jr., the president's eldest son, has been under scrutiny for a controversial 2016 meeting with Kushner, Manafort and the Russian lawyer who promised dirt on Hillary Clinton. Trump Jr. initially lied about the meeting, and Mueller is looking at a statement the president may have helped his son craft that disguise the true nature of the sit-down. The Kremlin-connected lawyer reportedly shared her talking points with a top official in Moscow months earlier, The New York Times reported Friday. President Trump: Mueller is investigating Trump for possible obstruction of justice for firing FBI Director James Comey. Trump initially said he fired Comey because of his inadequate leadership, but days later admitted to NBC News that this Russia thing was his reason. The president told Russian officials that dismissing Comey, who was previously in charge of the election meddling probe, took great pressure off of him. Comey also told a Senate committee in June that Trump asked him to drop its probe into Flynn. Investigators have also sought to interview White House staffers who were present where the president dictated Donald Trump Jr.'s initial misleading statement about his Trump Tower meeting with a Russian lawyer.